Okay, so I have got a blog post to go over called The Road to Launch from Black Ops 6. So let's just jump right into it because this is the third time I have tried to record this. Okay, so I'm going to try to cover most things, read most things in this, but like I said, third time trying to do this, I'm not going to read everything. As we're heads down, working towards the launch of Black Ops 6 on October 25th, we wanted to share some updates on multiplayer coming out of our beta. Thank you to our amazing community who made Black Ops 6 multiplayer beta the biggest ever in Call of Duty. We are extremely grateful to all of you who spent time with us in the game and those of you who shared your feedback. From your experiences and our in-game data, we want to highlight some key areas of feedback that we are committed to updating ahead of launch. So, maps. While our selection of 8 total maps in the beta trended smaller in size and included some of our strike maps playable 2v2 up to 6v6, we recently shared that the majority of our 12-core 6v6 maps at launch are medium in size. So, let's take a look at that real quick. So first we have Subsonic. I've heard this is a small map. Based off of these initial looks, it doesn't look too small. Red Card. I do believe from what I've seen this is huge. Kind of looks like a Black Ops Cold War map. Volt. Looks like some kind of flooded bank vault. Should be small. Payback. I do believe this is the Black Ops team's hangout. Then Vorkuta, kind of reminiscent of a older Black Ops map. Snow, steel facility. Then Protocol. This was actually in the beta as the training map. And then Lowtown. Not sure about this one. I kind of wonder if it's like Lowtown from the Warzone map. Okay, so they say we are excited about the map variety we've got this year. And we always take competitive play into consideration for multiplayer. We are looking forward to unveiling our map selection for CDL and ranked play arriving Season 1 in Black Ops 6 in the coming months. Map size and game flow are critically important to us, and we look forward to seeing you all jump into all 16 brand new maps at launch, with many more to follow in live seasons. So, let's see your spawns. As a key companion to maps, we want to update you on the spawn system. One of the most important reasons we have public betas is gathering spawn data from our players. Now that we have 2 weeks worth of player data, we've already made big strides in dialing in our spawn logic and identifying and resolving issues within the spawn system across the game for launch. Many players have noticed improvements in spawn logic throughout weekend 2 of the beta, and as new content comes into the game and we generate even more spawn data, we're always assessing our spawn system and will continue to make necessary updates to it through launch and beyond. Next thing they have to talk about is performance. Our beta was immensely helpful in identifying and resolving some performance related issues. Over the course of the beta, we identified several areas that were impacting in-game performance. Some areas we've made progress on performance includes resolving general script errors, addressing issues related to our in-game user interface, as well as overall improvements and fixes to our assets streaming. The rest of that you guys can kind of read yourself. See, weapons. This is kind of a bigger one, so it's not really one I notice because I typically aim for upper body. Headshots. We were so excited to see our new weapons in the hands of players throughout the beta and are grateful to plenty of data and feedback to process as we look to balance updates for launch. A common piece of feedback we saw was that low headshot damage reduced the impact of skillful play and made it difficult to challenge certain power positions. We agree with these points and are working on adjustments to many weapons to reward players who land multiple headshots during an engagement. That said, we do not want hit location multipliers to significantly affect the consistency of time to kill in Black Ops 6. So we will continue to monitor the effectiveness of headshots during launch and beyond. Bullet penetration. Bullet penetration is another system that we will be improving for launch. In general, players should notice fewer extreme cases of bullets doing far too much damage through certain surfaces, aka wall banks, while also not penetrating as expected through others, e.g. those pesky snipers behind the radar dish on Scud. More to come. So, I'm not going to read the buff of it, but the gist of it is improvements to fluidity of sniper ADS, improved fluidity when swapping weapons during sprint and tac sprint. We're excited about this one. Reduction of weapon motion during crouch transition. Small lift to shotguns and target. See, I don't get this one a whole. Small lift to shotguns and target adjustment across all weapons to keep SMGs from overperforming relative to other classes. So I'm guessing they just don't want SMGs to be the end all be all, which that's fine. Each class should have their own niche. Movement. We were blown away by all your beta gameplay clips and Omni movement highlights, including the awesome action hero movements you were able to pull off. We are currently working to dial in some additional updates to improve fluidity and allow players to tune their sprint behavior to individual playstyles. So, these are all movement related updates. Basically, they are continued improvements to animation, fluidity, and fidelity throughout. So basically, what you do in first person is going to be translated to what other players will see in third person. Adjustments to slide for improved predictability and fluidity. So basically, they made a change in Weekend 2, so you couldn't go right into the supine slide. Basically, you could stop yourself in the backwards prone position. It was a little bit hasty, so they've adjusted it to where now there's a middle ground of how fast it happens. They also made adjustments to get rid of dead slides, or at least make them not as common. Intelligent movement updates. Basically, they're just making fixes to the assist features built into the game, like sprint assist, mantle assist, crouch assist. A few more things. While we'll be sharing a more comprehensive list of our launch patch notes, we want to give you a quick taste of a few changes coming at launch based on community feedback. Winner's Circle. Shortened overall duration of Winner's Circle. That is win. I hate it anyways. I didn't like it in Vanguard, but yeah, if it was shorter, it wouldn't be that big a deal. Reduced emote spam. Players in the Winner's Circle will now only be able to activate one emote. Thank God, that was annoying. Simplified the emote menu to make it easier to activate emotes in the Winner's Circle and in game. So possibly bigger, or maybe it's more like the circle, the Paris wheel menu that we were used to back in MW 2019. Improved fidelity and lighting, so you'll just look better in the Winner's Circle. Kill counter. By popular demand, we've added a kill counter on your HUD that will track your progress towards kills in one life medals, including those chasing the coveted nuclear medal and nuke kill streak. Camera motion. We're reducing overall camera motion on sprint, attack sprint, and slide. Kill order. That one's really not that big a deal unless you plan on playing that game mode a lot. Sleeper agent. Removed the time added when earning eliminations while sleeper agent is active. I think they could have left that in there at least until there's a little bit more data, but they obviously thought it was a problem. Equipment. Stim shots have been changed from inventory based to cooldown based, so by default they will be restock. Quartermaster strategist will decrease the cooldown time. Resolved an issue where combat axe would not deal lethal damage at round start. It wouldn't be a Black Ops game if you could not hit those across the maps at the match start. Perks. After assessing perk data from our time with the beta, we've made a few updates to ensure compelling decisions are being made. Assassin and Bruiser moved from perk 1 to perk 2. Dexterity and Gung Ho moved from perk 2 to perk 1. So those must be overused ones, especially with whatever else is in the corresponding perk slot. So now you're going to just have to choose between those. And all of them are Enforcer. RCXD updated to classic Black Ops view based on control by default, with the option to switch to gas/brake on controller. Detonate swapped from R2 to R1 so accidentally mistakes aren't made. Looking to launch. Another drink coffee. The studio and our partners are hard at work making sure that the launch of Black Ops 6 reflects these changes and many more. We'll be sharing more information in the coming weeks, and look out for more intel on Call of Duty blog. Make sure to bookmark our Trello board and follow at Call of Duty updates. So, on X, for live issue tracking on all things Black Ops 6. Look out for more details in the upcoming patch notes sometime during launch week. We'll see you October 25th. So, a lot of good changes, a lot of interesting changes. Overall excited. So I just want to say real quickly, I added in a new playlist. Let's talk for general thoughts. But yeah, general thoughts. So recent video was MW3 wasn't good. MW3 patch notes, and then a few things about Black Ops 6. It's just talking points. I'm planning on doing a few more of these in the future. But yeah, go ahead and check those out. That being said, that about wraps up this one. I hope you guys saw this insightful, and I will see you in the next one.